Frames. What's the deal with frames? My mother was a frame. Hey, what's it called when you didn't do something but someone says that you did it and you get in trouble for it? That's right, it's called being framed! I just got a full-time job in the service industry, I wonder if you can tell. So a couple months ago, I got a job at a big hotel, which of course meant that my spending went through the fucking roof with all the brunches and lunches that I was going to with my friends, and all the treating that I was doing of all my friends. And so I finally thought that it was time to return to my thrifting and general rat living ways. So in this video we're going to go to some Serbian piazzas and look for antique frames that we can repurpose and fit around very nice little dainty flower paintings. For the uninitiated Western European and general first world country viewers, a piazza is a kind of farmer's market that's kind of exclusive to the Balkans, and it's also got like a flea market attached to it. But it can also just be selling anything over there. Honestly, it's a whatever the fuck you can think of market. So obviously I thought it was the best place to look. And while this montage of me at the piazza is playing in the background, I would like to take this moment to talk about something that I think is not being talked about enough, which is being employed as a main thing and being an artist on the side. To a lot of artists, especially young ones, it feels like art is the one thing you're good at, it's the one thing that you should do, and if you get a second job or if you have to work at all at a different job, it means that you failed at your goal. Well, worry not, girly, because I'm here to tell you that that's not the case at all. Cause I know how you motherfuckers live. Cause I've lived it. You wake up at 2 p.m. in your crusty ass bed, in your crusty ass room, and you're like, I don't feel like having breakfast today. I wonder why I have art block after not taking care of my sleeping schedule for the past 5 months and after not fucking showing any passion in life. And then you go, as a matter of fact, I don't feel like drawing today, and I'm gonna watch this show that sucks, but I don't have anything better to do. And so you just waste your fucking day entirely. And you iPad kids disgust me most of all, cause you draw in bed, surrounded with your snacks, and your posture has not fucking been straight for years. By doing art and taking commissions in bed, you quite literally sully the art community's name. Cause do you know the only profession on this God's green earth that takes requests in bed? Whores! And of course when you live like this, you start getting dumb thoughts, you start getting anxious thoughts, you start getting depressed thoughts. Well, worry not, bitch, because you now have 6 hours of free time in a day, and you'll be damned if you don't fucking finish something on time. Because if you don't, it gets carried on to the next day, and it takes away time from other shit that you've got to do because you've got like an adult life now. And you get paid on top of it, which is pretty nice, and the money can go back into art supplies and all that jazz, except I'm too stingy and I always try to raise money from my art by tips or by doing commissions and stuff like that, and then financing it through side projects. Anyway, rant over. This entire time there's been footage playing of me drawing this painting, and again I fucked up because I didn't do this thing where it's called considering the fact that the gouache that Holbein makes is actually thicker than whatever the fuck Himi is. That did kind of show in the final result because you can see where I have left gaps in the paper for the daisies to be extra white and that I had to go back into it and everything. I will seriously just use masking fluid next time or something. I have to get over this stupid belief that it's necessary to do like an underpainting and everything. I am very proud of how this turned out in terms of colors at the very least, because it's a very warm painting and I actually used real life reference for it, and it just looks very abundant in the daisies and the way the grass is moving. It's very satisfying to look at, and I decided to fit it into this golden frame so it looks very pretty. Anyway, I'm about to share an ancient tale with you all, because this goes back to the time when I was painting actively and voluntarily in acrylics. I know, tragic. But basically, I hated painting in acrylics at the time, and I decided they were not for me because they were just really plasticky, and the canvases that you paint on also feel very plasticky, and their texture makes it so that you can never draw a straight line. But then I looked at the average price of a tube of acrylic paint, and my mind has completely changed.
400,000 francs in 2 days! That's almost a third of my annual income!
Gouache is like orchids. Orchids need the right soil or lack thereof, the right temperature, the right moisture, the right fucking fertilizer, everything, just to grow. And if you want it to bloom, my god, are you gonna have to go the extra mile, right? But acrylics are like dandelions. It doesn't fucking matter. They can grow in fucking concrete, right? I recently started just drawing and painting in acrylics on takeout bags that have grease on them, and that shit has stayed put. And then my dumbass also discovered that you can just sandpaper the fucking canvas texture away. And so I would like to say that acrylics I fuck with now. So I decided to paint this Elecampane. I think it's Elecampane. It's also called the horse heel or elf dock, which is so fucking metal, and I just love the way that plants' names are in English. But yeah, the whole idea behind this piece is that the branches were actually purple and the flowers were yellow, and I thought that I would make the branches less detailed and the flowers more so, and it would be very interesting to work with, and it was. So this time I actually did the dark background first, and then laid the acrylic yellow paint over the top of it. I know. I also did some acrylic markers, but obviously that didn't fucking work. Why did I do that? That's so fucking dumb, whatever. And despite going back and forth, it actually kind of fit in with the texture of the flowers and like the actual feel of the painting, so I'm not that mad. And it turned out very good, I'm proud of it. I put some dark red into the background as well, and it gave a nice contrast. Like, it is just, wow, I have actually learned color theory without actively practicing it. I'm not sure how that happened, but it makes me extremely happy. And of course, because things went so well, they were gonna have to go bad. And this is where I tell you that I've painted this without a frame in mind. Like, I actually didn't buy a frame in advance like I did for everything else. And so I will have to get this framed in a custom way, or make it passepartout. Just imagine a frame around this for now, okay? Like, I would sue me. Okay, girlies, so for you, it's been a few seconds between the last voice clip you just heard and this one that you're hearing now, but for me, it's been a few months. Update, story time. I'm unemployed again, but that's on purpose. I basically am going back into uni to finish the million exams that I have put on hold, which is like fine, been there, done that. And it was supposed to be a seasonal job anyway, so we're done with that. But I just want to say that in these past 6 months, I have been molded into a new person completely. I had to work in my third language the entire time, pretty much. Made me brush up on my Serbian. I've gotten more fluent. I can actually use it conversationally now. And through a weird chain reaction, I've gotten better at art vicariously through like working and through doing other shit. So I learned a lot of skills. Like, my coworkers, the people I've been working with, have uplifted me and molded me into the person that I am. I've learned a lot of completely non-related skills to art, but I genuinely feel from the bottom of my motherfucking and my fatherfucking heart that it's gonna help me in life in general, and my outlook has dramatically changed for the better. My discipline has increased as well. I've actually been drawing a lot more than I normally would when I was just like, you know, doing art as a main thing. My art got noticed by my coworkers as well, which was very nice. They asked me why I'm drawing so many women. You sweet summer child. And in general, I've grown more, like assimilated more into Serbian culture. In the middle of working, I actually managed to go to a convention and host a table there, which is something I've been dreaming of for a very long time. And I didn't think I could do it before. I thought I didn't have the time or the skill or the anything. But having to work 8-hour shifts, you know, first shift, second, night shift, and everything at a big hotel, and having to do stuff, even if you're deathly afraid, without any help in the moment, you know, like a person comes up to you and you really can't just tell them that you're new because you're working in like a, you know, like an established place. You just have to fucking do it. You have to own up to it. I managed to fucking prepare an entire portfolio for the art convention and everything. While working, I managed to exhibit my stuff without any help, pretty much. I did it all by myself. It was a lot of fun. That's gonna be an entirely different video. Holy shit. I had so much fun, genuinely. This is basically Val from the future / current time chiming in to say that prepare for more videos. Prepare for more videos, prepare for more content. I have now gotten a bigger, better grasp of like what I need to do. Moving on to the next painting, I decided to paint some primroses, which have been growing around springtime over here in Serbia in huge amounts, in heaps, dare I say. And I've been annoying the shit out of my mom by eating them behind her back. I'm actually planning to make some like cookies with them, or like make them into sugared pressed flowers at some point, whenever they show up again. It's currently 23rd of January, good god. So I'm waiting patiently. My eyes are also kind of set on the violets that will be blooming, but not for painting purposes anymore. Not for now. I plan to make alcohol with them. A few years ago, me and my friend decided to make some mead after my aunt that came from Ukraine all the way to Serbia by bus gave me a bunch of honey. She gave me an entire bottle. She was like, "Oh, you should eat this for health. I hope it heals you and everything." And I said, that's really sweet." And we decided to make alcohol with it. It smells
all the way.
Yeah, it smells like garbage.
so people can see how we died.
So we made the actual thing, and can I just say, a small tangent, why are people who make, mead and brews so elitist? In order to troubleshoot the issues that we were having, I had to go on like brewery Reddits, and everybody there was so fucking pretentious. Like, you have these guys who are from, like, I don't know, I really don't know US geography, like, what state would be the most, middle of nowhere. But it's just guy being like, if you don't use yeast that was mass-produced only in the 90s from this specific province in Italy, you're not a real brewer. I'm just reading this like, man, my neighbor in ethics, I just want to get wasted. I just want to get lit. What is this? But yeah, the mead was kind of a success. We kind of messed up by leaving too much air between the mead and the top of the jar that we made it in. For those unaware, we basically we took some water, oranges, spices, the actual honey, and some yeast, right? And we put it in the jar and covered it up, and then we had like a CO2 diffuser thingy that I got off like AliExpress, and we put it in the closet for I think 3 months, which is too much. And when I drank it, I was starting to Google symptoms of botulism because I was worried for my life. But I'm here. That's fine. I'm alive. And my friend drank an entire glass when I drank half, and I wasn't feeling well, so I looked over to my friend and I'm like, "Yo, you good?" And he's like, "No." Bro was sweating. But yeah, for this time, I'm thinking I will collect violets, right? But I will make syrup out of them. Like, you make tea out of them, it becomes like blue cerulean, whatever, and then you add lemon, it becomes pink, and then from that, like, you make a syrup and it's sugar based, and you need sugar to make alcohol. So I was thinking, like, what if I make purple mead? So tune in for that vlog if I ever make it, if I'm alive. If I'm not alive, if I don't post for a year, that's actually my normal posting schedule. If I don't post for 2 or 3 years, then maybe you will know why, because I died of alcohol poisoning. Here is the painting. I'm very proud of it. I think it turned out very, very nice. I swear the gouache carried this painting, though. The texture of it cannot be achieved with regular gouache paint. And yeah, I just think it's a bit too dark, and all my other paintings have been quite dark. I don't know what's up with that. I need to fix that, and I definitely will draw more primroses in the future in order to kind of, study them a bit more, because they're really cute. They're very cute flowers. I used to not like them as much, but I fuck with them now. So I'm dumb as fucking shit. This painting used to be a bit wider, if you can remember, and I found it in isolation, like, just in my room, after forgetting that I bought this frame, and I was like, the composition's off, so I just cut it, and then I saw the frame, which was wider by this much, and I realized, oh fuck, I need to adjust the frame now. I was so devastated, I literally put, like, the painting in the thing, and yeah, it was too small. But shout out to my dad. He cut the thing with like a saw over here, and then he super glued it together, and he moved this little attachment thingy so that it can actually be hung, and he did the nails in the background. So yeah, we've done this one. We're finished with this one. What's going on, guys? Welcome to my unboxing video, but before we begin, hit that subscribe and like button and hit that bell and all that. Anyway, we're doing this is the frame. I already saw it, so it's not that surprising. It's not really unboxing, but this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. If my camera could focus. Wow, now you can see my face. That's cringe. Bro, the thing about buying these vintage frames is that the, like, backing of them is usually, like, just fuck ass. Like, what is this? You guys don't mind my cat in the background, right? Her name is Chloe. Chloe, come here. I know you got warm on the tea towels. Look at her. I wonder if the camera can capture her. That's my cat. And now she's gonna jump off. We're cutting this, man. It's happening. Alright, so once again, here's the roundup of the final thing. This video is way longer than I thought it would be, but hopefully you're doing something in the background so it makes you feel like we're getting something done together. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I just really like these. I'm gonna hang them up on my wall or something. I hope you enjoyed reading this essay as much as I enjoyed writing it. And there's going to be a convention experience video coming up from that time I had a booth. But in the meantime, stay healthy and stay sane. My name is Ivka Art, and don't text him back.